I have tested several robot vacuum cleaners and I have some thoughts on this one that you are definitely going to want to hear before you buy. Today we're going to be looking at the Yonder robot vacuum cleaner. In this video, I'm going to show you what comes in the box, demo it for you, and give you my honest opinion. The seller did send this to us in exchange for a video. However, all of the views and opinions in this video are my own. This is packaged very nicely to protect it during shipping. In the box, you're going to have the robot vacuum, the charging base. You're going to have a total of 4 side brushes. 2 are going to be installed on the machine, and then you have 2 spares. You have a cleaning brush, a spare filter. They give you zip ties to secure any cords, a quick start guide, the full user manual, a remote control. This is so cool. This is the first robot vacuum that I've tried that has a remote control, and they even include batteries. Then you have the power cable. There are several pieces of protective foam and stickers that you are going to need to remove before you use this. They are all clearly marked with bright green, so just take off everything that's bright green. The dust tank is located right under the lid, so you just lift it up and you can take the dust tank out to empty it. On the bottom is going to be where you put the brush, the side brushes, and you can clean that little wheel, and that's also where the charging ports are. You're going to wipe those occasionally. The side brushes are very easy to install. You just press down. Once you have the vacuum prepared, you're going to want to go ahead and plug in the charging base and then set the vacuum onto the charging base so that it fully charges. They say that it takes about 6 hours when it comes out of the box. While that's charging, you can set everything up in the app. This uses the Smart Life app, and I already have some Smart Life compatible devices, so I'm just going to log in here. Once logged in, you click on Add a Device, and it automatically found the robot. I didn't have to do anything special. This was super easy. You just click Add, and then select your Wi-Fi. The vacuum only works on 2.4 gig Wi-Fi, so we have to change this to a 2.4G. So now it is being added using the 2.4G Wi-Fi. You cannot use 5G Wi-Fi, only 2.4. Now it has been successfully added. We can go to done. So we can see that the battery status is 83%. We can, let's see, this has a find my robot. That's fun. Consumable parts status. So you can see the filter life and the side brush life. We can, let's see, what happens if I click on find my robot? Oh, it beeps. Do you hear it? That's amazing. Okay. As you can hear, it does beep quite a bit to give you plenty of time to find it. We can actually schedule. So we can schedule a cleaning task to start or to stop. This is pretty simplistic. That's one of the first things I really want you to focus on. This robot vacuum is very simplistic when it comes to its functionality and the setup, and it doesn't even map the floor. So there's no smart with this robot, but it does have a remote control. So you can actually manually control this. That's the second thing. So there's a caveat here. Yes, it's not smart, but you can control it yourself. In order to turn it on, you do have to flip the switch on the robot itself to on. Put it on auto, and it will do its thing. What I noticed right away is that it does have obstacle avoidance, and it also knows when it's along an edge. However, again, it doesn't do any mapping, so sometimes it will get kind of lost in the house. It did really well in terms of navigating around the obstacles in the bathroom. However, I didn't expect it to go over the scale, and then it got stuck behind the door. So I did have to help it here. If you have a bathroom scale, that's one of the obstacles you should pick up and move before you start running the robot. It also spent quite a bit of time in the bathroom, so I wanted to bring it out into the other areas of the house. In order to do this, once it's on auto, you have to push the pause button to get it to recognize that you are using the remote, and then you can use the 4 arrows to make it move around whichever direction you want it to go. We had a little bit of difficulty with this rug that's in the hallway, but it did manage to rescue itself without any assistance from me. I was impressed with its ability to pick up debris from hard floors like tile, but I was not as impressed with its ability to clean the carpets. So there is quite a bit of cat hair on this carpet, for example, and you can see the little tufts there that should, in theory, be able to be picked up by this vacuum, but it really didn't do what I thought it was going to do. You can see it picks up some of it, but not all of it. And I went over this quite a few times just manually to see if I could get it to pick it up. And it doesn't do as great on carpet as it does on the hard floors. It doesn't have your traditional obstacle avoidance that some of the other robots have. It has to actually bump into something before it will recognize that it's actually bumping into something. For small, solid obstacles, it got around those very, very well. As you can see, it went up and over the base of this and picked up things along its way. I was also surprised it went underneath the TV cabinet. It's a little shorter than the other robots I have, so it was able to go under the TV cabinet, and I was worried that it was going to get tangled in the cords, but I was pleasantly surprised when it came out without needing any assistance from me. See what I mean about the animal avoidance? It also had some confusion when I tried to get it to go back to the home base. It got stuck up on this rug. I think if the rug wasn't there, it would have had an easier time, but it got stuck on the rug and then it was all downhill from there. It could not find the base. I had to manually guide it back really close in order for it to find it. Let's see what it picked up. It also went rogue for some reason when I pulled out the canister and decided that it wanted to turn itself back on. So just be mindful that it might do that to you too. The dustbin has multiple components. Now this was only on for about 15 minutes and it did pick up quite a bit. You're going to want to clean the entire canister, including this screen. I would suggest doing this over the trash can and not, on the kitchen counter like I'm doing, so that you can see what actually got picked up in those 15 minutes. Although this robot vacuum cleaner does have its quirks, it did pick up quite a bit in the 15 minutes I had it running. So if you have mostly hard floors, I would say this is a decent option.